My name is Dr. Shamsi Berry, and I'm the Biomedical Informatics Consultant on the New Mexico Decedent Image Database project. I'm going to walk you through how to do a complex search and download. So if we're searching for males that have hypertension, we can search for males and then find individuals that have a diagnosis. You can't search for the specific diagnosis, you can just search for the individuals that have a diagnosis. We can submit the search, and we found 3,108 individuals that fit that criteria. Now we can click on View Results. You can't scroll through and look at the view details of each individual to look for what their diagnosis is. This individual had a mental illness, therefore it's not what I'm looking for. It's not hypertension. I can go to the next individual. Here under diagnosis, there are multiple diagnoses, none of which I am interested in. If they had one that I was interested in, I could add them to the cart by pressing the plus. To remove them from the cart, you can press the minus symbol. If you don't have time to go through all of the results, you can save the first 100 on the page and then scroll down to the bottom, go to the next page, and save the next 100. You can do this up to 5 times to get a total of 500 individuals that are in your cart. When you go to the cart, you'll now see that all of your individuals are there. Here you can request image information and put in the reason for the request, or you can download the metadata. When you download the metadata, it will save it on your computer as a zip file. Each one of these CSV files is a different table in the database, with the main table being the decedents table. In order to upload it into a relational database, in this case we're using Access, you'll have to open each one and save it as an Excel file. I have already gone through and done that, and I am going to show you. Here I've uploaded 6 of the 7. Here's the 7th one. We'll upload it using Access. So medical history is the one I hadn't uploaded yet. And you can just click Finish. Now, once you've uploaded them, you have to go to the Database Tools and Relationships. So let's add in the one I just added, which was medications. Now you have to link. The main number is the de-identified record number that links all of these tables together. So here you would just drag and drop de-identified record number to de-identified record number and create that relationship. Now it's a relational database. Now we can actually create a query. You can either use the query wizard and do a simple query where you pull things from the table like the de-identified record number, death year, and you can select other tables as well, like environmental history. You can do environmental factor and type. And then it gets you both the de-identified number, the death year, as well as the environmental factor type, which includes drinking status, carcinogens, socioeconomic status, educational level, as well as the details for that information, such as for drinking status, here this individual was a drinker with the current status unknown. So that's how you could use the query wizard. But you can also do a query design. So here I'm going to add in the decedents table because that's the main table, and I'm interested in their race as well as their medical history. Now we're going to add in medical history. So you can see here that both of these tables have relationships to the decedents table. So we're going to add in the de-identified record number. I'm interested in their diagnosis of hypertension and their race and ethnicity. So I'm looking for the specific medical history type of diagnosis and the specific one of hypertension. So now if we run this, we have all the individuals that have a diagnosis with hypertension, as well as their race and ethnicity. Now, since some of these individuals will have race and ethnicity listed twice, one of which comes from the medical examiner data and one comes from next of kin, they might be entered in here twice. So make sure you pay attention to the de-identified record number and if it's listed more than one time. Let's try one more query to create. So this time we're going to use the query wizard. We're going to do the simple query. I am adding information from the decedents table, the de-identified record number, and I'm interested in also capturing their birth year. Then I'm going to capture information from the environmental history table. I'll do environmental type and item, and I want to get their diagnoses as well, so we'll look at medical history, type, and detail. So here we have all of that information for the individuals. Now for the environmental factor, I'm only interested in their dietary pattern. So we could go back to design view, and here we would look at dietary pattern. Now if we run it now, we can see only the dietary patterns that we're interested in. Now I'm just interested in looking at the convenience food individuals. So going back, we can search for the convenience food. Now for medical history, I'm just interested in their diagnosis, not their surgeries or anything else. So I only want to pull up that information. So here I'm making a more complex query. Now when we run it, we just get the individuals that have a dietary pattern of convenience food and have some other diagnosis. Now look at these individuals here. There are multiple rows because there are multiple diagnoses that that individual has. The next individual has 2 diagnoses, the next 3, and the first one here just has 1, so it's only listed once. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at NMDID.unm.edu.